Mothers, your job is to raise the children. So a lot of these kids, they haven't been taught right because a man is not there. He's somewhere either in jail or he out here in the streets or he out here sleeping with women and women and women. And then a mama going through the stress of trying to raise a son or a male and they going crazy. So God is saying we got to bring back the divine order in our race again. I know how you feel because when my mama went through that, I knew the feeling of that. She was crying, she was down, it felt bad, she needed comfort. But Romans 15:4, I'm going to show you something. Because the reason we out here is to heal our people with the Bible. A lot of the stuff that we go through in our nation and in our community is because we lack one, identity of self. We don't know who we are, so we act like animals because we don't know who we are. So we act how they programmed us to be, which is niggas. That's how they programmed us to be. Just look at our social media, look at how they portray us on TV. That's what we was programmed to do. Nigga stuff, nigga be, nigga all this. But God gave us our identity, and with our identity comes laws, statutes, commandments. If I was to ask you, do we apply thou shalt not kill in the black community? We don't, right? You know why we don't? Because we hide and murder every year, especially like Chicago.
Because there's too many followers and no more leaders.
Correct. But now, let me ask you something about Chicago. Chicago is known for being called, what, Chirac? Because one year they had more murders than the war that was going on in Iraq. So they got famous for that. But the Bible is going to give us the solution. So to deal with hurt, to deal with loss in the family, you have to come back to the Bible. Watch what God say. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
So God said through patience, through comfort of the Bible, now we can have hope on how to move, how to deal with these things. So now let me ask you a question. When you dealt with that loss, you still mourning to this day? Still mourning to this day.
It'll never go away.
It'll never go away in your heart because that's your son. That's how God say mothers feel about their sons and their children. So now you as a mother, what do you think your responsibility is now on the earth? Seeing that you went through that suffering, seeing that you went through that pain, what you think your responsibility on the earth now is to do?
To share my testimony and to tell everybody how I got through it with God.
Right.
Only God. And to help others, you know?
Titus 2.
Try to help others.
Right, try to help others. So now I'm going to show you out the Bible. As a mother, your job is to help the other sisters, other mothers, other younger women, so that they don't have to go through that certain lifestyle. Now I'm going to ask you a personal question. Was your son, did he listen to you? So how did he die? Ask you that.
Running with the wrong crowd.
Running with the wrong crowd. Running with the wrong kids. So now I'm going to show you in the Bible, these are things that you can learn so you can teach other women to warn their kids so they don't go through that. Because a lot of times in our communities, when we go through hurt, when we feel it, we stay to ourselves and we don't got to try to warn the next person and say, hey, I've been through that. I went through that. Just like a lot of people, they get on these streets, they sell drugs, they go to jail. When they come out, some of them come out and say what? They be motivational speakers, or they go to these different prisons and try to warn these kids because they what? Experience that pain and hurt. You as a mother, you have to do that same thing throughout the earth. God got a high calling for you. The sisters are important in this Bible, in this gospel. Read this.
The book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 3. That aged woman likewise, they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers.
So God say the aged woman, which you're an older sister, you have to be in behavior as what?
Holiness, not false accusers.
We can't be false accusers. Meaning what? What does it mean to be a false accuser? Do you hear how a lot of these women be lying and setting these men up to get robbed, to get kidnapped, and to get murdered? A lot of this stuff is happening. A lot of these young boys, like you know, a lot of these young boys don't know the traps or the deep wickedness of some women. You as a woman, your job is to guide these young children, to tell them, hey, it's not okay to run out here and have sex with every single woman you see. You need to be able to withhold your royal oats for your wife. Not every single man that you see, every single woman that you see out here that look good, that look beautiful. Oh, I want her, I want her. This is why we destroyed as a people. Because guess what? You mothers, your job is to raise the children. So a lot of these kids, they haven't been taught right. Because a man is not there. He's somewhere either in jail, or he out here in the streets, or he out here sleeping with women and women and women. And then a mama going through the stress of trying to raise a son or a male, and they going crazy. So God is saying, we got to bring back the divine order in our race again. Watch this, read on.
Not giving too much wine.
Not giving too much wine. Don't our women like to party? Don't our women like to turn up? I'm talking about our women as a whole. I ain't talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about black women as a whole. What we known for? Turning up, partying, getting it in. God said we can't be like that. You drink wine? Good. Now watch this. It's not a sin.
Smoke cigarette.
You smoke cigarette. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Because we got to be sober, right? Watch this, read.
Teachers of good things.
We got to be teachers of good things. Meaning the things that God said, his laws, his statutes, his commandments, that we are the 12 tribes of Israel, that's what we got to be teaching to the rest of the sisters, to the rest of the men, to the rest of the nation of Israel. Read on.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
So you see that? You got to teach the young women to be sober. So if you smoking, you can't teach them to be like that, right? Because you being a what? A hypocrite. Can we be hypocrites as the people? No, we can't be hypocrites. We got to be that example for our people to see. This is why it's important that we come back to God's law. Read it again, that bottom part.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
You see that? To love their husbands and love their children. When you examine a black community, do we love our kids? Like, think about it. When you examine a black and Hispanic community, do we really love our kids? Why do you say no?
Wait, say it again.
When
Do
you
we all?
examine a black community, get the speaker by the phone. Do we really love our kids? Like real life. I'm not talking about give them hugs and give them some food. I'm saying, do we really love our kids in the things that we educate them in?
I did. I can't speak for nobody else. I can only
Remember,
speak for what I did.
Right, what you did, but I'm talking about us as a whole, because your job now is to go teach the rest of your people. So us as a whole, when you examine a black woman as a whole, do we love our kids?
No.
No, why you say no?
People letting their kids get on TikTok with all this wild stuff. See, we didn't have that when my kids grew up.
Right.
I had a baby in 02 and I had a baby in 98. So
I was
times
born in
are
98.
different. Times are different. My
Right.
son's 26 now. You know what I'm saying? My baby was 19 when he passed. Times are so different now. The internet is just taking over. Women don't have no control over their kids or their household no more.
Now, I like that you say that. Women
No
don't-
more. It's not enough teaching.
Right, it's not enough teaching. Now watch this. I'm gonna show you again, because that is your job. To have control over your kids, you have to do what? You have to have a what in the house? Structure. Genesis 18:18. You gotta have structure. You know what the black community lacks? Structure. That's the main thing we lack. We don't have two-parent households no more. We full of just one mama or grandma house. A young prophet just came up to me. He said, man, he was raised without his mama or his daddy since he was 11. That's some sad stuff. But that's what, like you go through. A lot of our people, that's all our people's stories. But in the Bible, God has given us solutions how to fix that. Read this. This is one of the solutions.
The book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 18. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great mighty nation,
Read.
and that the nations of earth shall be blessed in him.
Read.
For I know him.
He said, God said, this man Abraham, y'all know about Abraham, right? I know y'all know about some Abraham. Abraham was a real man.
Yeah.
Abraham was a real man. Abraham took care of his family. Abraham took care of his household. Abraham was not a Negro walking around and selling drugs and leaving his family to go get another woman across town. Abraham was not like that. God said that the black man supposed to strive to be like Abraham.
That's right.
This is what Abraham did. Read.
For I know him, that he will command his children in his household after him.
You see what Abraham did? He commanded his children. We do not do that no more. You know what we got today? It's called gentle parenting.
That's right.
That the white people told black people about. You should be gentle parenting. Don't yell at your child. Don't whoop your child. Don't put him on timeout. Put him in the corner and have him turn around and do this, and maybe he's gonna listen to you. We as a people, black people, are we not a hard-headed people? We need some whoopings. Let's be real. We need some whoopings. We need to be whooped until we realize what we did wrong. And I'm not saying beating. It's the difference between a beating and a whooping. Beating is what a lot of us do. You get that switch, you get that put some water on the cord, and then you get the whacking the kid until they butt turn blue. You know, these are things that happen in the black community. If y'all know, you know. But God said, us as a people, read it again.
For I know him, that he will command his children in his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord.
So look, I want y'all to listen because this is important. God said when you command your children, Proverbs 22:6, God said when you command your children, then they will keep the commandments of the Lord. But we as a long time have not been commanding our kids according to the Bible. We've been commanding our kids according to our personal feelings or what we desire for them to be or what we desire or what we want them to do, not according to what God said to do. And this is why in our communities we deal with death, losses, and different type of situations, early pregnancies, abortions in our neighborhood. This is how we deal with this stuff because we not commanding our children, thus said the Lord. God gave us the commandments and laws on how to do it, but we was never taught. And that's why we got a problem with the Christian church. That's right. Because the church was supposed to be teaching us this stuff. But somehow along the way, they start robbing us and start taking money from us. This is evil. The pastors were supposed to be feeding the flock, right, but the pastors is robbing the flock. What happened? This happened. Slavery happened. Right. Now watch what the Bible says about how we're supposed to deal with our kids. Listen to this.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Do what?
Train up a child in the way he should go.
See that? We supposed to be training up our kids in a way that they should go. What is the way that our kids supposed to go? What is the way our kids supposed to go? Let me ask you. Through Christ? Okay, what you say, sis? Right. What's the way they supposed to go, though? The Bible. The Bible. What about you? What you say, bro? What's the way that the children are supposed to go? What's his name?
Pierre.
Pierre. What's the way that we're supposed to train up our children? How they supposed to go?
You train them. It's just like any like an animal, anybody. You raise them as a pup, but with the word. You gotta, because they supposed to know at a certain age when you get married.
Right. I agree.
And then when you get a certain,
real quick.
When you get a certain age.
Right.
Now when you get a certain age. Now,
hold on before you go, because I don't want the sister to leave, because you're talking about a very important thing. I want you to stay here too, because I want y'all to hear the Bible. Sis, real quick before you go, watch this. Read it.
Don't leave.
Give me that in Sirach after this.
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it.
You see what God said? When you train your kids up in the laws of God, when they get older, they not going to leave from it because that's all they knew.
That's right.
We as a people got to stop allowing our kids to get on social media and watch what these heathens want our kids to learn. Learn from what these nations want our kids to learn. Now, Sirach 30. Because I want to show you in the Bible, before you say something, in the Bible, God told us if we don't do that, it was going to be a certain type of way that your kid was going to be raised, and they're going to start to have spite towards you, and they're going to start to feel themselves and start to do their own thing. My little brother, he was like that. My mama was telling him what to do, he wasn't listening. His daddy told him what to do, he wasn't listening. I told him what to do, he wasn't listening. Grandma told him what to do, he wasn't listening. And then he ended up getting murdered. And is that to say this is a good thing? No. But some kids, you're going to teach them certain things, and they just not going to care. They're not going to listen to what you say, regardless of how good of a parent you are. But our job as parents is to make sure that we are doing it according to the Bible. Because believe it or not, we can save more kids than we lose if we just apply what God said. Right. Now, I'm going to show you what happens if you don't do that. Watch this. Hold on. Read this.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 1. He that loveth his son,
if you love your kid, read,
causeth him oft to feel the rod.
What does that mean? He said, God said, if you love your kid, you cause them often to feel that rod. What does that mean?
The wrath?
What is the rod? If I grab a rod right now, damn, and where's the stick at?
Go outside and get a switch.
Right. Go outside, give me a switch. Not a switch with the thing that you put on the gun. Not that type of switch. You ain't trying to do that to your kid. Well, if you tell your, I remember my grandpa used to say, go outside, like he just said, go outside and get that switch. I used to try to find the smallest switch so it wouldn't hurt. But he'd make me go back out there again and get another. You ain't getting away. You ain't slick. This is what happened. So what is God saying right there? He's saying what? Is he saying gentle parenting? Or is he saying what? Whoopings. We got to whoop our kids. That's what the Bible is saying.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation